Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 11th through the 17th, and during that time, we will have a full moon that comes in on the 12th. That can, of course, be a time of heightened emotions, being prone to feeling anxious and overwhelmed, sometimes snappy and irritable, and if not you, maybe others around you. Also, maybe changes in your sleeping patterns. So it's a really good time for us to practice patience and calm and just kind of see that as like a monthly test for us to do so. We will then move into the waning gibbous energy, which is kind of that breath out from the full moon of that intensity. And it's a time of self-reflection, rebirth, good time to make positive changes and have the potential to grow as you get rid of negative thinking and just bad habits. So please keep those moon energies in mind. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter this week, Sagittarius. So please keep that in mind. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, your overall energy, work through your fears, which is crazy because I just had that with Scorpio. So if you have a Scorpio in your life, they are also having that same energy this week. And you may want to go watch that reading if you have that. So just letting you know. And Sag, since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit the subscribe button. It really helps you find my channel, and it's super easy for you to do. So I will give you a moment as I'm shuffling to do that right now. Thank you so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thanks so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I appreciate you. So thank you so much. All right. And my advice, every week I do kind of a fun weekly advice thing. And the advice this week is that you learn something new. That's pick a topic that you've had some interest in and just really take time to deep dive and focus in on it. If you set aside an hour or two and just really, buckle down, study, take notes, think, and just really absorb what you've learned. Sometimes as adults, we forget to do that. So just my fun weekly reminder. All right, Sagittarius, May 11 through 17. Work through your fears. Let's see what you guys have going on. So, first card that comes out here for your present energy is the Emperor. So, this is our card of leadership. This is control. The Emperor is somebody, it's like an authority figure, knows how to get things done. It looks like you're sitting in that energy. Someone who sticks to the rules and just kind of methodically can do things. So, that's the energy in which you are working with right now. Your current situation is the Lover's card. So, this card also came out in the Scorpio reading. Very interesting. If you're connected with a Scorpio, I'm going to say again, you may want to cross watch that reading. So, working through your fears in the way of relationship. And maybe this is kind of a control thing, kind of who's in charge, what's going on, who's wearing the pants in the family. So, very interesting. Let's see. At the root of your situation is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is some sort of action on the material front. So this could have something to do with, being in control of your finances or being in control of the material world around you, or, there's some kind of control thing going on there. So, and maybe you're having some fears when it comes to that. So you're going to have to work through those. And in your recent past, is the Chariot. So it looks like you've recently been getting ready to to maybe make some sort of move or execute something, and you might be now arriving at that point where it's you've kind of been getting ready for something and now you're kind of arriving at it, and it's there. It's like the time is here, and now you've got to take things by the reins and do the thing. So if that makes sense for you. But let's continue. Let's see what's on your mind this week. Okay, so Four of Wands. This is some sort of celebration. So we're happy about this. And I don't know, this is just a strange. I'm going to take a look at this again. It's kind of just a strange combination of cards here. Okay. So, well, we'll see as more cards come out. But yeah, something with your relationship here. And again, control, And it's like, you were getting ready to do something. We're kind of there. You're kind of at that point. And it could be, you are celebrating something. It's something, it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing, because it seems like you're in celebration mode about it. So, um, yeah, what fears you may have, we're going to see. What's just ahead of you? Things happening very quickly here with the Eight of Wands. So things are just moving swiftly in this situation, or things are happening quickly for you. In your advice position is the Three of Wands. So, thinking about the future, thinking about travel or new ventures or new things that are coming up for you. And, your advice is to kind of keep your eye on that, that it's on the horizon. And again, whatever you've been preparing for, it's going to come quicker than you think. What's beyond your control is financial stability and stability in your material world. So that's beyond your control, and that's okay. It looks like you've taken care of those sorts of things. You've got this Knight of Pentacles. This is kind of our action in that area, and that seems okay. Secret desire, what you're trying to avoid, is the World card. Okay, trying to avoid the World card, or it's your secret desire. So this card is about, how do I explain this? This is, I almost see the World card as like changes that are coming up. This is kind of, you know, balance. It can also be the end of a cycle, the end of something and moving into something new. So we've got this Chariot here that's kind of, you've kind of been getting ready for this, but in the tarot, this is literally the last card in the major arcana. So the Fool goes through the entire journey of everything and ends up here in this perfect balance, and this, dreams coming true, and, the acceptance of who you are. This could be worldly success. This can be, um, kind of the fulfillment of the thing that you've been working towards. So are you trying to avoid that, or is it your secret desire? That's your big question for the week. So be thinking about that one. In your outcome position is the Five of Pentacles. So this card can denote kind of feeling like an outsider, and a lot of times in the material realm, in the material way. So, is there something that you're having some sort of fears here when it comes to, we've seen a few pentacles here on the table. And this could be just discussions that you're having with your partner. It could be, fears about your financial future, fears about things that are going on and changing, and things that you're celebrating things, you're very happy, but you've kind of got this fear. Of course, your overall message card is that you're going to have to work through that, work through whatever your fears are. Um, my advice is always to talk to a friend or family member around you that has more wisdom. That could be one way. Also, make a list. What are things that you're really afraid of, and kind of work those through, and talk to your partner about those types of things. What's hidden from you this week? Okay, it's a little bit of disappointment. So you're feeling pretty happy about all of this. But again, it looks like you are having some issues kind of dealing with fear. And as these cards come out, I'm going to say that that fear is kind of financial and worldly right now. Let me get a drink of coffee here. My throat has been so dry this morning. Yeah, so I mean, you're in a good, happy place. What is this fear? This fear of the material or the financial. So you're gonna have to work through those things, whatever that is. And those things can always be solved, right? That's a logic thing. And here's what's really funny is I don't see anything on this table having to do with the sword, which is about your logic and your intellect. So I also don't see any. Oh no, we didn't. Well, we had a cup that was hidden from you. Huh. Anytime there's things that are elements that are missing, like a sword, maybe you need to introduce a little bit more logic than emotion and passion. So keep that in mind too. All right, let's get a final message here for Sagittarius. And I feel like this reading was kind of all over the place, but yeah, I feel like it is going to be fear of some financial things here. Keep your commitments is your first card. So if you've made a commitment to something, let's keep that going. Let's not stop that, and face your adversaries. So yeah, you may have to stand up and say, hey, here's the way I want to do things. And again, this could be just conversations that you're having with your partner, but things are moving quickly. Keep your commitments. keep your commitments. There may be things that you're committed to financially that you're thinking that you don't want to be committed to. So let's go ahead and keep those commitments because, it's just going to get you into a place where you're not having fears about it, right? So, um, but anyway, get out there, do your thing, face your fears. Again, if you need to make a list about what those are, um, sometimes just writing stuff out kind of makes you clarify things, or again, talk to a friend or a family member that's wiser than you, and just, bounce ideas off of them when it comes to this. What would you do in this financial situation? Or, how did you manage this? So, anyway, that's my advice for you is hang in there. You're going to be fine. Keep your commitments and really just kind of work through this kind of thing. This is we all go through this. We all go through the same kind of cycles. This is just the one you're in right now. So, anyway, Sagittarius, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I hope this reading, there's something you can take away and learn. Of course, again, like I said, it seemed a little all over the place, but hopefully I narrowed that down for you as best I could today. So, anyway, if you like my reading style, of course, please like and subscribe. It does help my channel, and it'll help you find me next week, where we will delve back into your reading, see if this continues or if there's something completely new for you. So, again, Sagittarius, thank you so much. Good luck, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.